I'm going to commend you for your behavior throughout the trial. You were very respectful of the process and the court. That being said, I do believe you did a great and grave disservice to yourself by representing yourself. As to all the charges in the indictment in case 2209-3102, I have considered each count uninfluenced by my verdict as to any other count. And I find that the state of Ohio has proved beyond a reasonable doubt that you did not act in self-defense on July 25th, 2022, and that you were at fault in creating the situation, giving rise to the shooting, or attempting to shoot Toni Marie Westover, and or that you used unreasonable force against Toni Westover. Therefore, I find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of murder, an unclassified felony as contained in count 1, and the 3-year firearm specification 1 to count 1. I find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of murder, an unclassified felony as contained in count 2, as well as the firearm specification 1 to count 2. I find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of felonious assault, a felony of the 2nd degree, as contained in count 3 of the indictment, and the firearm specification 1 to count 3. And lastly, I find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of tampering with evidence as a felony of the 3rd degree, as contained in count 5.
Quinton decided that he wanted to go pro se, meaning he wanted to represent himself. And most of us Americans do know that that is not a good idea. It's never a good idea to represent yourself, especially in a elimination trial. That's a very, 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 very serious charge. And you could, depending on what state and what the situation is and what the charges are that you're found guilty of, you can either be executed or you can spend the rest of your life or a great part of it in jail. So if you're a novice, you're not a lawyer, you didn't go to law school, and even if you did, even lawyers don't represent themselves. But Quinton was trending a lot on TikTok because a lot of people were rooting for him because he was representing himself. He also decided that he wanted to go for a bench trial. Now, from what I could see, Quinton clearly is not a lawyer, inexperienced. A lot of people did think that he was doing a good job, but I saw a lot of mistakes he made, and I'm not a lawyer. But as the judge did tell him at the end of it all, when she was handing down her verdict, and she said that, he did himself a great disservice by representing himself. And as she explained, there are many different facets to court procedures, law, what can and cannot be done, said, added, taken, and things of that nature in a elimination trial that he just doesn't have privy to. And I know he's been in jail and he's probably been in a law library and stuff like that. But as an attorney, you got also relationships. You got, the people, including the judges. You know what they like, they don't like. You know what they go for, what they don't go for. You know what you can add, not add, get away with. You can better set up your case. You can there's all kind of maneuvers and, papers that you can file throughout and say, okay, this happened, so let's go this route. This happened, let's go that route. There's just too many procedures and things that he just does not have that ability. So TikTok says my live contains themes that some may find uncomfortable and has been restricted. Reason: regulated goods content. Your live is not eligible for recommendation and restrict. Okay, I'll just appeal that, because what goods? Is it the background they provided? Seriously? I mean, come on. What goods? It's me sitting here talking. But anywho,